And then
definitely.
Mr.RenWorks on Instagram. Do we need to do an intro thing?
What?
Do we need to record an intro like, hey, my
Yeah, we
name?
would. David hooked me up again with another chat. And today we're going to add a little bit about watches too, like straps, some basic knowledge of not how to not screw up your watch and what not to do with it. Let's get going. Super cool pair I just got.
Where are
Look at
those
that.
from? Is that Antonio?
No,
What is it?
this is some Tony too, but not Antonio. This is Santoni.
Oh, Santoni. So it's not San Antonio. It's just
Yeah, no.
Santoni.
It's not Texas, man. Texas don't wear this kind of shoes, man. They love their cowboy boots. Look at
Yeah,
that.
so that's
I
like
mean, look at
interesting.
that. I mean, look at the twisted cone. See that amazing thing right there?
Yeah.
And look at the
That,
pattern.
I was saying like Santoni. What are the other? I can't think, but like Santoni, not Magnini, but like Magnini, whatever. But like
Magnani,
Santoni.
Santoni, Testoni. There's another Testoni
Yeah, I was
too.
gonna say there. I always get those like Italian brands.
There's no so many knees.
I was gonna say I always get them confused, and I can't tell just by looking at them because I've never seen them in person. I can't tell just by looking at them
Yeah,
which
but
ones
anyway, this
are
pair,
good
so
and which ones aren't.
Santoni is like a typical Italian shoes that they mostly black stitch or like rapid. But this is a Fate a Mano, like their Goodyear worth of line, which is so good, surprisingly good, but very high priced. But I got this for so cheap, like whatever.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I finally I don't know why I just didn't like set this up the first time so that the computer was like underneath the camera and then I could like see and
Yeah,
talk at the same time.
see,
Genius. Like who would have thought to put a camera like right in the middle of the top of the monitor?
it's called webcam and it's been around 30
I
years.
know, right? 30 years?
It's called webcam, right? 30, maybe 40.
Definitely wanted to ask you about like watches, but I think I was gonna start with like most annoying topic to like get that out of the way. Like not harp on it or call anybody out by name, but like man, like that stuff just bugs me. When
Yeah.
so
Are you talking about what I'm thinking about?
yeah, so like I mean I've definitely I guess like passed on the same thing. So if someone's like, like I think like Merriman isn't that great, like I'll say that and I have like very limited experience with them, but like just what I'm saying isn't great is like based off of the experience I have and then like what you can see. It's not like me claiming like Merriman are like fake or like they
Yeah.
don't exist. Like that's not the claim. But then when you see like other claims and it's like, yeah, like they're not really like hand welded shoes. Or like they use like fake materials. And it's like, how can you even like make that claim when like you've never had the shoes
Yeah,
and
you
what
never have the shoes, you never handle a pair, or you've never interact with a maker. Like,
right. And,
like how can you claim such a huge
and on on
like statement? Like,
on top of that, then they make all these accusations. And they're like, well,
yeah,
it's up to the maker to address this and prove it to us.
yeah,
It's like,
that's
well,
a thing. And
have they ever had a pair of like, bespoke George Cleverly Russian reindeer? And have they ever asked him to prove that it's
yeah,
actual Russian reindeer?
exactly.
I don't think so.
Well, no
So
way.
yeah, right. So that's my entire point is like there's just as many bad rumors. Well, sorry, no, there's more bad rumors out there about brands like Cleverly. Um, there's like the old school English brands that no one asked them to prove anything. They just take them at face value, despite there being a whole like catalog of complaints about different experiences. And then there's a maker like this that has very little history, very little like establishment of anyone making complaints about it that actually have the shoes.
Mm.
Yet, like one person can turn a rumor into he's got to prove to us that he's actually making real shoes. Otherwise, we're going to take what this other guy says as fact. And it's like, how is that possible? And how can anybody
See, because
behave that way.
well, I think it brings down to the limited exposure the person who's making the accusation have. Like they're so limited in their little
Yes.
linear view that they'll be like, oh, I see that. Oh, it must be done by this and that, not by this and that. Must have been done by A, not B, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so back to that. So back to the case to be specifically. So I did some digging, I did some investigation, I did some verification, and turned out to be it was the toe plate, only the toe plate, that the guy rely on that toe plate and toe, the Lulu toe plates and all that.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't
To make
Lulu,
such
but
to make
toe plate.
such an accusation that, hey, it's not really handmade in here and there. I'm like, what? You can buy freaking toe plates from anybody, anyone, and
wait. So it was that the source of the toe plate came from a source that I guess is in
he or she
Vietnam
knows.
or something.
Yeah, like the toe plate came from that exact one source, and that's how they made that stupid claim. I'm like, what? Because I did, I was how upset I was, and I did some digging, I did some verification, not investigation. It's not that formal.
Yeah.
But some verifications with several different people, and I found out that, hey, that's exactly the only pointer for that false accusation.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't, and whatever. We can move on. It's just
Yeah. Anyway,
it's one of those things where
it's not worth our time, to be honest.
all right, cool. The other thing, and maybe we run through this like super fast, but for watches,
Yeah.
we're not like focus on it, but like one of the things that I think I overlooked was like, what do you need to like know about like maintaining the watch?
Yeah.
Like storing it, making sure like it's I guess wound or that you don't wind it if it's automatic, and if it's like a diver watch, you have to get the crown out. You have to unscrew it and then pull it out to unlock it, and then you can wind it. But like either way, like before I go through all the stuff, like I didn't know like if for what are those like main like basics of like things like you should know about getting a watch like this. Like
so most of the time like
a modern one, not like like eliminate like vintage because that would be like way too.
So
like
does it have to be like divers like this Rolex I'm wearing right now? You have to unscrew it and then you can wind it and adjust the time.
Right.
So the thing with it is that it's there to guard against water and all that. But one thing for sure though, like first thing you need to do is that if you can, look at the watch, try to move the crown a little. See if it moves. If it does not move on its own, you know that it is a screw-in kind of object, right?
Yeah.
Mechanical pieces inside, they are really, sensitive.
Right. Like you could break. Can't you like break them off?
Yeah, you might break something. That happens. That does happen. And then try not to change the date anytime around the. There we go. Pro times.
Yeah, sorry. Finish what you were saying. I was going to show you what I was. Saw in the back.
I have that too. You have the silver one. I have the blue one. So.
Yeah, that was the one I was between that one and the green one, or like the olive face.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's some like this silver, just like with like the blue highlights. It just, I don't know. Actually,
that's just a gorgeous one.
I would have never thought like don't change it like late at night or like during that window where like the cogs are like so close to changing that like if you push it, you're gonna like chip it off. Like I would.
Yeah, it does. It will chip because it has this own little thing going on.
Right.
And you jump in and change it, it just snap it.
So the other thing was like storing, like obviously like I don't want to just like I wouldn't just like throw this down. I just like
So
I just use like this like little case
a
that
trick and a tip that I learned is that you got to think of it like once you know, if you don't have the case, whoops, in case you don't have a case, um, whenever you don't wear the watch, have the watch lay on this side, lay on the crown, because it limit the surface, the contact surface of the watch with with the table, the whatever that you lay it on. So it reduces it, you know, the impact and the scratches.
and I mean like ideally if so like I mean this is just like one of the I don't know, this is like an extra case or something that
Yeah,
like
the
the
travel case.
seller,
Yep,
yeah,
travel case.
that like that they gave me. So I've just been like wrapping it around because it's easier to put it in and out of like this case than it is like the Omega box.
Yeah,
Um,
the Omega box is a pain in the butt, so
right,
I don't even use it.
right. So that's what I mean, like just storing it like this,
Yeah,
like if you have like a lot of watches, like that wouldn't be like that easy to do. But like if you only have like a like one like me, like is this like having some type of stand or way to store it like this as opposed to laying it down?
yeah.
Is better.
Actually, you can have a little box like that too.
And then just lay it down.
Yeah, and like that, like that.
All right.
See that? It's
Oh, yeah, so
actually,
it's got them in there.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's in there. Like this is the five boxes, five slot box.
Yeah, I need to get one. So that's I guess that's what I was like trying to figure out. But yeah. All right. I'll have to get one of those. All right, cool. So we can move on from the watch subject and I'll put it on because I forgot to.
Yeah, put it on.
And I know like do I need another pair of shoes? Of course not.
Of course, yes.
No, but I mean like seriously I don't, but at the same time like I like to at least like think about what I would want or what I'm looking for because
Mhm.
I don't like impulse like bot purchases anymore. And like I mean you've just gotten like a new I think a Spectator Lazy Man
Yep.
and some others I can't think of them off the top of my head but like what or how do you like decide like what you want to
So the whole point is I kind of look at the whole collection, you know, like hey, in this category, like I have this, like the Spectator lineup, right? I have Spectator Derby, Spectator Oxford, Spectator loafers, but I didn't even have a Spectator Lazy Man. And Lazy Man is a model that I love, but due to how difficult my
yeah
feet are, they never fit right. So I reached out to Yearn and I talked to them. Hey, you know, here's a problem with my foot, left and right, and here and there. And I send them the measurements. I send them how difficult my feet are, and the kind of visual ideas that I have. And and also like the colors, like the color itself is another story that I'm like, hey, you know, I've been wearing, you know,
yeah let me
brown
pull
on
that up
brown, brown on tan. I want something special. I want something different, but not too um out there that is hard to wear, you know.
yeah
So that's how I came up with it. Like I looked at the collection as a whole. I look at what I want. I look at what
these right
yep, those right there. I look at, you know, I look at how I would
that's really nice
yep, how I would incorporate that into my wardrobe, um, and even the placement of the teal, emerald green suede. Is I'll be like, okay, so I usually scuff up my heel a lot. So
yeah
how about I would put a piece of suede there, so I don't have to, you know, worry about scuffing up the heel cup anymore, and I don't have to polish the heel cup because it's suede. So, but then,
how
but then
and how did you decide on yarn because like obviously like there's a number of like makers that have a similar pattern available I guess
So the thing is that I talked to Yearn, I talked to Arlington London, who is a good friend of mine,
yeah
and they
yeah
are a UK distributor. And I looked at how Yearn is doing business. I read reviews like from reliable sources like Thunder March, right? I read how he likes them, how he worked with them, and
nice.
I just try to I just started talking to them, and if I kind of click, I know that I will order.
Yeah. But that's what, like,
And also I look at how they design the pattern, because there's a like a suit or a pair of trousers. There's a sweet spot of the proportion.
when you're picking a shoe,
Yeah.
or you're thinking about it, I think a lot of people, at least from my chats with them, they're like, I really need a pair from Antonio. Like I've seen all the shoes that you have from him, and I love them. So I want to get a pair from Antonio Mecariello. Like, what should I get? As opposed to, which is fine, but like my thought process is more, what's the shoe that I want? Then like, what are the
Exactly.
finer details? And then I like land on, here are the probably like 3 to 5 makers that I would consider getting a shoe from.
Uh-huh.
Which of those like 3 to 5 makers would do this the best, or do it the best based on like what I'm looking for, as opposed to like working backwards and saying that's the shoemaker I want. Now I have to pick something that he does that I want, because my main goal is just to have something from him, as opposed to like, here's the shoe I want, and like working towards like the best version of that shoe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that make sense?
Exactly. Like that's how I think of it too. Like I would look at somebody who does something that I really like, and they'll be like, hey, this maker tick the box on, this and that, and the other maker does not tick does something else better, you know? And then I kind of dial down to like, hey, this is how.
You don't see a lot of suede double monks.
Yeah, exactly. That's another pair that I really like. That I think they did very, very well. And that showcase how, their good sense of balance and contemporary execution.
Oh,
See that? Like if you like stop right here, like this is one thing that I love about Yearn that made me choose them. Beside that, they are so easy to work with.
yeah.
Is that if you pay close attention, you can see that the how do I say this? So it is double monk strap, right? But the piece of strap, the buckle, the first buckle, the one that's closer to the toe box, it lands right about the center of the shoe, and right about the where the ball joints start turning.
Yeah, so just like overall, like the, I don't know if it's
Like
used.
everything is just really balanced and
Yeah,
proportional.
that's what I said. Like, I don't know if it's the right term, but like pattern grading or what. Like it's
Yeah,
just it's
pattern making and pattern design.
now. So I think that's really like helpful, because I think that's how I think about it. And I know a lot of people ask me like how I choose a shoe, or what I was thinking about when I got a pair of shoes. Some of them I wasn't thinking about as much as others, unfortunately. But this one, so this is one that you had said, like, I really love this.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So like I don't know if I would do like another like hatch embossed shell, but
And
I really liked the navy one that I saw. So it was navy calf, but like this in navy shell, I think like if it was dark
or
navy.
maybe get a pair of nubuck, crocodile.
No, wait, hold on. Where's this navy
They're
monk? Navy, nope, navy,
they're
navy,
the
navy, navy,
casket.
navy, 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 navy. Yeah, I mean this just looks
They're
cool.
dark blue patina.
Yeah. So like I don't know. I mean that's what I'm trying to decide now. Is like I don't want to just pick a pattern or pick a shoe because I'm like, uh let's get up to the top here. Like I love this, and I don't want to just pick this because like I love this. Like I want to think about it, or like pick pick an option that would get worn, and
Yeah,
like I need or could find like some use for. And maybe it's this. I don't know. I just haven't really like thought about it, but I just need to give it a little more thought, I guess.
yeah.
Oh well. It was a really good try to find a picture. All right, cool. So I'm gonna stop sharing. Um, do we need to do an intro thing?
What?
Do we need to record an intro? Like, hey, my
Yeah, do
name.
it. I don't care.
All
I'll
right.
do it if you want to. I'll do it.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're doing a chat again with Mr.RenWorks. Hey, thanks for sticking around this long. Hope everyone enjoyed it, learned something new, or at least we're just entertained. Let us know what you'd like to see next time, and hopefully we'll bring it to you live. Thanks for watching.